Hi guys, welcome. I'm going to be making beaded key holders as I've seen from the thumbnail. So I'm going to be using a 0.7 mm fishing line and a size 6 pearl, I think. So to begin, we're going to pick up 4 beads and we'll string without 4 beads on. You can fix on any end of the fishing line that you prefer. I'm going to cross with the fourth bead with the other end of the fishing line, just like this. I'll make sure my fishing line is equal at the top and I'll pull, and we should have this like a ring of 4, or you can call it a flower. So we're going to make in the second one. Now I'm going to pick up 3 beads and I'll string it on both ends of my fishing line. I'm going to cut the fishing line left and right. I'll put one on the left, one on the right, and I'll put the third one on the left, and I'm going to cross with it, making sure my fishing line is equal again, and I'll pull down. This is our second ring or our second flower. We're going to do the third one, but this time I'm going to fix all 3 beads on the fishing line on the left. This will help me to turn so I can start my second step or my second row. And I'm going to use the one on the right to cross it with the third bead, and I'll just pull. Okay, so now our fishing line is on top. So from that point, I'm going to pick the fishing line on my left, and I'm going to pick up 3 beads and I'm going to string it in. Once that is done, I'm going to cross with the third one. After pulling, you should have something like this. Okay, then I'm going to pass my fishing line into the next bead. After pulling, you want to pick up 2 beads and string it into the fishing line on the left. Then you cross with the second one. Okay, you should have something like this after you've pulled. Now I'm going to pass our fishing line into that third bead. Then you want to pick up 2 beads again with the fishing line on your left. You string it into the fishing line on your left. Then you cross with the one on the right through the second bead. Okay, you should have something like this. Now we're going to pass it into the other bead by the side. So this, and we're going to just be going round the beads. We're going to be passing this around the beads. Okay, so now I'm going to pass it into that bead, and I'm going to pick up 2 beads again, and I'm going to cross it with the. I'm going to pick up 2 beads, fix it in the fishing line on my left, and cross it. Okay, now I'm going to pass into the next bead. And I'll pick up 2 beads again. And I'll string it into the fishing line on my left. So I'm basically just repeating the same process all round. Okay, so I just folded one part of it to create my side. Then I'm going to pass it again to the fishing line, into the next fishing line. Basically the same process. Okay, the same process. Just keep passing it, fixing 2 beads. Okay, I'm passing it again. Still going to pick up 2 beads and string it into the fishing line on my left. Just going to pick up the right fishing line and cross through the second bead. Okay, we're down to the last one. For this one, we're going to pass into the last bead, then the next bead that is beside it. So we're going to passing it into 2 beads like that. So now I'm just going to pick up 1 bead and cross it with my fishing line. And there you have it. Our first row is ready for our bag. Our bag is taking shape. So I'm just going to flip my bead so I can walk from left to right. Now from that exact point where I am, I'm going to pick up 3 beads to the fishing line on my left. I'm going to string all 3 beads into the fishing line on the left. I'll pick up the fishing line on my right and I'll cross it through the 3rd bead. Okay, after you pull, you should have something that looks like this. Then we're going to pass our fishing line into the next bead. The one on our right, we're going to pass it into the next bead. Okay, I'll pick up 2 beads and pass it to the fishing line on my left. Then I'll cross it to the one on the right, just as we've been doing. So this video was requested by a subscriber, and I'm so sorry it's coming so late. I've been held up. I've been so busy, so just bear with me, okay? I have a toddler and I have an infant, so it has really not been easy. So I'm so sorry. I think her name is Hafsat. I'm sorry for bringing this video late, okay? Thank you. And if you're still watching till this point, please encourage me by subscribing, okay? So I'm just going to do the remaining part off camera and I'll show you. Once I'm at the last stage, I'll just show you how to complete that stage. Okay, now for this point, now for the last one, we're going to pass it into 2, the same way we did for the one we're making the first row. So we're just going to pick up 1 bead. Cross into that 1 bead. And the second should I say step for our bag, we're going to make in 3 steps. I'm going to make the 3rd one now. Okay, the 3rd one is complete. Just use the same process I used for the 2nd step. Now to continue, we're going to pass our fishing line so that we can get it to the middle point, so we can get it to that bead that I'm pointing right now, because that's where our handle is going to start from. So right now I'm just trying to pass it so I can get to that point. Mind you, you're going to pass the both beads. You're going to pass the both fishing line. The both fishing line are supposed to cross through that 1 bead. Okay, as you can see, my fishing line are coming out. They are both coming out from that 1 bead. Now we're going to put both fishing lines together like this. We're going to be passing our bead through. So I'm going to be using 8 beads for my handle. So you can fix your ring, your keychain in different ways. I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can fix your keychain. So you pick any one you prefer. So first of all, I'm going with 4 beads. I'm going to string 4 beads first. Once I've done that, I'm going to pick my keychain. So once I've fixed the 4 beads, I'll fix my keychain. I'll pass it through my fishing line, then I'll fix the remaining 4 beads. Okay, so this is one way you can fix your keychain. It's going to be in the middle of your handle, so the keychain will be just be coming, will just be on top like that. Okay, so another way you can do it is to fix all 8 beads through the handle, then fix your keychain by the side. These are just options. You can do whichever one you prefer. You can create a way you can fix your own by yourself. So once I fix the 8 beads, you can use any amount of beads for your handle as well. It mustn't be 8. So once I fixed it, then I'll just put my keychain. So my keychain will be coming. It will be by the side like this. Okay. But for this video, I'm going to put in mine in the middle, which I've done off camera, just like how I showed you. So now I'm going to cross both ends of my fishing line into that bead in the middle as well. So the one on the right to go through the right and come out through the left, the one on the left to go through the left and come out through the right. Okay, so I made a knot after passing my bead. Okay, it's optional. I just made a knot just so my beads won't be moving around. So I'm going to just pass it through and pass the second one as well. So I'm just going to pull both ends of the fishing line. So once I've pulled very tight, I'm just going to pass my fishing line through the body of the key holder. The fishing line is quite long, so I'm not going to be passing all. I'm just going to pass it to a point where I'm satisfied, and I'll just cut it off. So here we are after I've passed it, and this is what our bag looks like. Our key holder bag looks like. Okay, now we're going to making the box, the square key holder, or should I say the box key holder. So we're going to start with 4 beads as usual. I'm going to string for the 4 beads into one end of the fishing line. Just cross it in and pull. I'm going to make the second ring now. We're going to fix all 3 beads on the fishing line on our left, because for this square keychain is going to be a 2x2. The base is going to be a 2x2. So this is our second ring, which makes it the second 2x2 literally. Okay, so this is the second one. So from that point, I'm going to pick up 3 beads again. If you watch my previous video, the last video I posted before this one, you see I really explained this method I'm trying to do. So you just have to determine your beads, and once you're done, you know how you go about your making your design. So I've picked up 3 beads and I've stringed it into a fishing line on my left. You pull. Now we're going to pass our fishing line into the next bead. Once I've done that, with the fishing line on my right, the one I used to pass, I'm going to pick up 2 beads. This will enable me turn so I can make my 3rd row. I'm going to use the fishing line on my left to pass. Once I've done that, now this is what you should have. So I'm just going to turn my walk around so I can walk from left to right. From that same point, I'm going to pick up 3 beads and I'm going to pass it into the fishing line on my left and cross to the one on my right. Like that. Okay, this 3rd row now is serving as our side. Okay, because our base is 2x2, so this 3rd one is going to be like our 4th side. I'm going to pass the fishing line with the one on my right Since I want to just start making my going around, don't start going around. I'm not going to use the one on my right this time again. I'm going to use the one on my left, and I'll string 2 beads into it. Now I'm going to pass the fishing line to the one on my right. Like I said, the last video I made before this one really explained what I'm trying to do here. So please, I'm going to link it down so you can just watch it. Now I'm going to pass it into the bead and cross. So I'm passing it into the next bead. So I'm just going to fold that third row. As you can see, as I folded it now, it has served as our side. Okay, so now I'm going to pick up 2 beads and cross it, pass it into the fishing line on my left, and I'll cross it to the one on my right. Passing it into the next bead. Stringing 2 beads into the fishing line on my left again, repeating the same process until I'm done with this keychain. I'm just going to let you watch to see. As you can see, I'm not repeating the same process, so there's no point me telling you pick up 2 beads, string it and all that. So you just watch and see what I'm doing.
Hey, it's your friend Mel, and I want to remind you, doing something little by little is so much better than doing nothing at all. There have been so many times in my life where I didn't get started.
But down to the last one, I'm going to pass it into 2 beads. The last bead and the one right beside it. We're going to pick up 1 bead.
Or I talked myself out of doing something because I didn't think it was big enough, or I didn't think that I was ready, or I didn't think that I had enough time. And the truth is,
Okay, as you can see, the first layer of our square keychain has been done. So from that same point where I am, I'm going to pick up 3 beads so we can make our second step. I'll pick up 3 beads, string it into the fishing line on my left,
little by little is better.
and I'm going to cross it to the one on my right. Pass it into the next bead. Pass my fishing line into the next bead, the fishing line on my right. I'll pass it into the next bead. I'll pick up 2 beads this time, and I'm going to string it into the fishing line on my left. I'm going to repeat the same process for the other beads. Passing it again, and I'll pick up 2 beads. So I repeat the same process until I'm done. So just watch and see. now for this last stage, we're going to pass it into 2 beads so as to complete it. Pick up 1 bead and cross it. Okay, this is what you should have. Now I'm going to fill up the top. I'm going to use the fishing line on my right, and I'm going to pass it into the next bead, the one right beside where we were. Pick up 2 beads and I'm going to string it into the fishing line on my left, and I'll cross it with the one on my right. Okay, this is what you should have. Now I'm going to pass the fishing line on my left into the next 2 beads. Pick up 1 bead and cross it. I'm going to pass it again into the next 2 beads with the one on my right. Now I'm going to pick up my keychain, string it into the fishing line on my left, then I'm going to pick 1 bead to complete our keychain or key holder. So this is what you should have. So now I'm just going to pass my fishing line into the beads that are just above it, the 3 beads above it, just to cross it, and so I can connect it. It just makes it look better when you connect it that way. So I've passed the one on my right, I'm going to pass the one on my left. This one I'm going to pass it through the keychain hole, just to make it more secure before I pass it through the bead. Pass it and I'll cross it through the last one. Once I'm done with this, now I'm just going to pass my fishing line through the body of the key holder and cut it off once I'm satisfied. And we're done. This is what our keychain looks like. So now we're going to be making the 3rd one, which is our circle key holder or keychain. I keep interchanging the words, but you know what I'm talking about. So for this, we're going to be working with a ring of 5. I'm going to pick up 5 beads and string it into one end of my fishing line. Please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much. I'm going to just make sure my fishing line is equal, and I'll pull after crossing. So you should have something like this. So from that same point where I am, I'm going to pick up the fishing line on my left, and I'm going to pick up 4 beads. I'm making a ring of 5, remember. I'm going to cross it in. Okay, you should have something like this. Now I'm going to pass my right fishing line into the next bead. Using my left fishing line, I'm going to pick up 3 beads, and I'm going to pass it into that fishing line on the left. Pick up the one on my right, and I'll cross it in through that 3rd bead. So the first ring of 5 we made, we're going to just be going around it. I'm going to pass my fishing line into the next bead. Okay, again I'll pick up 3 beads, repeating the same process. So you could also use pearls or sugar beads for this round beads, okay? In short, you can use any kind of beads you want for any of the design of the key holder. You mustn't use exactly what I'm using. Okay, and I'll pass it into the next bead and repeat the same process. Pick up 3 beads, put it into the fishing line on my left and cross to the one on my right. Okay, now we're done to the last one. We're going to pass it into 2 beads. This time I'm going to pick up 2 beads to complete it. You should have something like this. Okay, now I'm going to pass the fishing line on my right. I'm just turning it so I can walk from left to right as usual. I'm going to use the fishing line on my left. Sorry, the fishing line on my left. I'm going to pass it into the next bead, into the bead right beside where I stopped. The fishing line on my left, not the one on my right this time, the one on my left. And pass it into the bead beside it. Now for that same fishing line, I'm going to pick up 3 beads. I'm going to cross the one on my right. Should have something like this. Now with the one on my right, I'm going to pass it into 2 beads. The next 2 beads. I'm going to pick up 2 beads. I'm going to string it in and cross it. The next 2 beads, we're making rings of 5. That's why I'll pass it into 2. Now we'll make our fishing line to be in 3 beads. Then we'll now pick up 2 beads to complete it, which will make it 5. And I'll just cross it. I'll pass it to the next 2 beads again. Okay, so this is that was like the last one. So once you are done, you should have a total of 8 beads at the top. When you count your beads, it should be 8. So I'm just going to fix in this black bead. It's optional, you mustn't do it. So it will just be like a ball inside it. So now I'm going to pass my fishing line into those 3 beads. Pass it into the beads like that, into the 2. Okay, now we're going to just pick up our keychain, then pick up 1 bead, then cross it in, and that completes our ball. So now what I'll just do now is just to pass my fishing line around the bead as usual, cut it off when I'm satisfied, and we're done. Okay, thank you so much for watching. This is what a bead look like, and this is what all 3 of them looks like. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.